So, it's time to lock those eyes to the screen and realize that Cole Palmer is one of the smartest players in the league. I don't care what goes on outside the pitch. This guy has been pulling outlandish numbers since he was a child, and still, check any scouting report, and the first thing they mention is never his dribbling or his goal scoring. It's his football IQ. The kid is a footballing genius. Let me take you deep into Palmer's life with the following bold and jaw-dropping moments. Number 1, humble beginnings. Back in 2010, Palmer was just a kid growing up in Wythenshawe, juggling after-school detentions, grassroots football, and watching his dad play Sunday League. His talent was evident to everyone who saw him. His first coach recalls moments where Palmer's decision-making on the field was beyond comprehension. Every game, I'd be ready to shout, "What are you doing?" only to realize he had seen a pass no one else could. By his early teens, clubs like Liverpool City and United were vying for his signature. However, when United offered him only a trial, Palmer chose City, a decision that proved pivotal. Here's a turning point. In 2018, the City Academy almost released Palmer due to a decline in form as he struggled to keep up physically with his peers. Many wanted him gone, but Jason Wilcox, the Academy director, saw something special. He stated he's incredibly smart. He's seeing things others can't. That belief in his vision and intelligence kept Palmer at City. Number 2, a growth spurt and rapid development. Over the next year, Palmer experienced a remarkable physical transformation, growing from 5 feet 7 inches to 6 feet 2 inches practically overnight. This, combined with his exceptional skills, made him unstoppable. At just 17, he captained City's under-18s to a league title, racking up 20 goal contributions in just 1,100 minutes. In the FA Youth Cup final, he leveled the match with an assist and then scored the winner, lifting his shirt to honor his late teammate Jeremy Whiston. This emotional moment showcased not only his skill, but also his leadership and heart. Despite his achievements, Palmer's journey wasn't without setbacks. Although he trained with City's first team, he spent most of his time with the under-23s, where he dominated opponents much older and more experienced. His stats, 19 goal contributions in just 1,200 minutes, were undeniable. Yet his senior team chances remained scarce, with only fleeting appearances in cup games. Chapter 3, the turning point. The year after that, he opened things up with his first goal for the senior team, then came back a month later against Burnley and ran back into the dressing room the moment the final whistle was heard. He grabbed his coat, ate a cereal bar, and ran out the back door as Grealish and Foden looked at him like he was crazy. An hour later, he was already back with the under-23s, asking the manager if he could still be put in the starting 11, despite having already played a match that day. By the end, he had banged in a hat trick, but even when the press came up to him asking about the situation, all he had to say was, "If there's a game happening somewhere, I want to be in it. This isn't a big deal. I think a couple of other lads have done it too." Minus the hat trick. However, even though this whole situation earned him a few more first-team call-ups, even though he scored in the Champions League just 3 days later and came back in January to take the man of the match in his first game of the year, that would be his last appearance. A foot injury left him out for 3 months, and Pep was too busy fighting off Liverpool to notice he had been averaging a goal contribution every 85 minutes he had played under his guidance. He kept hearing the same old promise: next year it will be your turn. But even though City closed the transfer market by shipping out Gabriel Jesus and Sterling, supposedly opening up the way for Palmer's full introduction into the team, it wasn't quite like that. 10 months later, though 21-year-old Palmer got to collect a Champions League medal as his team conquered the second ever treble in the history of English football, the reality is that he had virtually nothing to do with it, and he knew it. Looking at his 25 appearances, you'd almost be led to believe that things had changed. But really, the kid who, a year before, seemed to be salivating at the chance to play wherever it may be, was now averaging only 25 minutes of game time whenever Pep let him on the pitch. Either things changed, or Palmer was going to have to change them himself. Number 4, a bold move to Chelsea. In the summer of 2023, Palmer made the bold decision to join Chelsea after years at City. The move followed his standout performances at the Under-21 European Championship, where he led England to victory with crucial goals and assists. Despite initial skepticism about his €50 million transfer fee, Palmer quickly silenced critics. In his first few games for Chelsea, he showcased his brilliance, delivering game-changing assists and scoring key goals. His composure, technical ability, and vision earned him a starting spot under Mauricio Pochettino, who praised him. He's playing like he's been here for a decade. Number 5, record-breaking performances. Palmer's impact at Chelsea was undeniable. He broke Arjen Robben's nearly 20-year record for goal contributions by an under-21 Chelsea player. Game after game, he delivered, scoring, assisting, and leading his team to crucial wins. Against Manchester City, Palmer's former club, he showed his nerves of steel by converting a last-minute penalty to secure a draw. When asked about the pressure, he replied casually, "Not really." As the season progressed, Palmer's performances elevated Chelsea from a struggling mid-table side to contenders for European qualification. He became one of only a handful of players in Chelsea's history to reach double-digit goal contributions in their debut season. Chapter 6, a perfect hat trick and making history against Everton. Palmer showed fans what he was truly capable of. He opened with a backheel pass to Jackson, followed by a stunning left-foot curler. Minutes later, he scored with a header, and just moments after that, he intercepted a pass and hammered in a 40-yard screamer. This became the fastest perfect hat trick in Premier League history and the first-half hat trick by a Chelsea player. He even went on to calmly slot a penalty, leveling with Berbatov as the second player to score the most Premier League penalties without missing. As Alan Shearer put it, "We're talking about a player with massive mental strength. There isn't a moment where he isn't calm and measured." The Athletic captured it well. To watch Palmer is to watch a footballer who thinks at a higher speed and definition than those around him. That's his football IQ. He slows down the mind's eye and then finds the space, usually where there shouldn't be any. Chapter 7, the finale and his impact on Chelsea. As the season wrapped up, Palmer continued his phenomenal form. He scored a decisive goal against West Ham, assisted in a 3-2 win, then added another goal in a 2-1 victory, and closed with a game-winning assist in the final match of the season, bringing Chelsea to a streak of 12 undefeated matches. Chelsea finished 6th with direct qualification to the Conference League, with 27 points directly attributed to Palmer's goal contributions. Without him, Chelsea would have been one spot above relegation. In what was practically his debut season, Palmer had contributed to 48% of Chelsea's goals, more than any other player in the league. With 33 goal contributions in 33 matches, he was surpassed only by Ronaldo and Haaland among under-22 players. Thanks to his late transfer, Palmer played only 74% of available minutes, but if calculated per minute, his contributions would surpass even the best seasons of Chelsea legends, bar 2010 Drogba. Despite Haaland narrowly edging him for the Golden Boot, Palmer's season was filled with honors. Named Chelsea's Player of the Season twice, once by the fans and once by his teammates, he also claimed the Premier League's Young Player of the Year and the PFA Fans Player of the Year. Reflecting on his departure, Guardiola himself admitted, "If I had given him the same minutes I gave Foden, he'd still be here. That is my responsibility." So, Palmer's rise has opened doors on the international stage. With James Maddison injured, Palmer earned a call-up to the England senior team, marking the beginning of what promises to be a storied international career. Calm under pressure and endlessly creative, Palmer has all the tools to become one of England's all-time greats. His journey is far from over. From a kid in Wythenshawe to a Premier League star, Cole Palmer's story is one of perseverance, talent, and an unyielding belief in himself. The best chapters of his career are yet to come.